Hello everyone. I got another project here I'd like to do, and this is for my personal self here. This is the feed plate that's on my shaper, and you can see someone had brazed it, so it must have cracked off or something beforehand. But that's not the reason why I'd like to make a new one here. The main reason I'd like to make it is to get a little bit more feed out of the shaper, a little bit more step over. How it works, I might take you over the shaper and show you, but this dovetail piece fits in here, and then as you move it farther out, the more feed or step over you get on the shaper. It controls the arm for it. So what I'd like to do is make it bigger, and it so happened I had found a piece of steel laying around the house here. It's almost a 3-inch diameter roll. I already went ahead and cut it off, get it a little bit closer to size. I don't know where I got it, probably at the scrap yard or a clean out or somewhere, I'm not sure, but that's the piece I'd like to make it, and it's almost 3 inches on the OD. It's 2.94, I believe, is what it measured. So I'm probably going to leave that dimension alone and try to keep it as close to 2.9 something. I'll probably have to skin off, a little bit off of it to clean it up, but that's not a big deal. It's still going to be bigger. So I measured a lot of the stuff already, kind of wrote it down. A lot of this stuff doesn't really matter, so I just used, a pair of calipers and, jotted it down real quick. Like this don't really matter. 2.377, so we're going from 2.377 to, I believe this is almost 3 inches. Oh, it's 2.93. I thought it was 2.94. So that's not really critical. I'll probably use a 1/4 inch radius bit put in there. This is a tapered pin too. I went ahead and ordered a new one, so I already have it ready. I'll trim it to length whenever I get to it. Or I mean I could leave that the whole diameter, but I'm not going to. I'll match this as close as I can. Also got a reamer here, tapered reamer for it. I believe this is a number 5 taper reamer number. Yeah. So everything's pretty much ready to go. The main critical dimension here is this has got to fit on the shaft that's on the shaper, and that shaft is 3/4 of an inch. It's exactly 0.750. So I went over and measured that, then measured this idea of this, and it's about 1/1000th over. Whoop, get it on there straight. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so it's almost 1/1000th over, which makes sense. So it has 1/1000th clearance. I did mark these dimensions down. I'm going to make these pretty much exactly as close as possible, because that's probably critical. I don't want it to, I shouldn't say critical, I don't want it to be pushing the arm at the wrong direction though. So I measured it, so this is a 1:2 caliper, so this is 1.119 is what it measures. And that side measures 1.116, and then if you look over here, it's 1.164. So the number 4 lined up. So, and that's what all the dimensions here I have written down. I do have a dovetail cutter here too that we'll use in here, and it's a 6-degree dovetail cut. So we're pretty much ready to go ahead and get this thing clamped up in the lathe here and go at it. I can't really think of anything else. So, alright guys, let's get started. Alright, I have everything over in the lathe. I've pretty much got it pretty much centered out now. It's pretty close. It's close enough for what we're going to do, since it's not a smooth surface either. So we're ready to start cutting, making some chips here. So this side here, I think I'm going to go ahead and face it. and then just try to clean this up because I'd like to leave this OD as big as I can. Then we'll flip it and then do all the other features into it. So, all right, let's get started here. I'm just setting up my zeros. I don't know how much I'm taking off, so let's not take heavy. Let's try just 10,000, see if it'll clear it up, clean it up here. And it's not going to, so let's back it off and let's add another 10 to it. Let's see what it looks like. It looks like it still needs another. Oh yeah, I didn't realize this was a low spot here. Here, let me bring you around so you can see. So we got a low spot here. I didn't realize that. So I'm curious, how low is it? Okay, we got to go another 10 to 15,000. So. And that's going to clean it up there. It looks pretty good. All right. Yeah, that's good. So now we'll go ahead and start turning this OD down just a little bit. I don't know how much I'll have to take off it, but let's see what happens here. Whoop. Touched off a little too heavy. But let's take off 10 just to see. Doesn't look like it cleaned it up. Nah, it's doing the same thing. Okay, let's try another 10. I'm trying to keep light cuts purposely here. It's almost cleaned up. Looks like a little bit towards the back there. Let's try to take another 5 off. It's More off than I wanted, but sometimes you have that. That looks pretty good. I think we'll leave it. Alright, we're going to go ahead and chamfer it. Or not chamfer, but deburr it. Then we'll go ahead and flip it. That looks good. Alright. Okay, now that we've got it flipped, we'll throw the dial indicator back on it. I'm going to stay away from that area up here too. That was from previous cut. So, alright, so it's not too far up. Let's go ahead and get her zeroed in. Yeah, most of these are snug too. Not far off there. Alright, let's see what this does. I'm going to go ahead and zero it. Alright. Okay, so we're about 3. Come on. We're pretty much there. We're within a thousandths right now. Alright, the camera died on me, so I think you lost some footage there. But anyway, I got this down to 1.5 inch and a half like it was supposed to be. So it's ready to go. So what we'll do is we'll zero our indicator down here, and then we'll since we know right now where we're setting, and we have to come in 0.75. So okay, so now that guy down here zeroed out, so all we have to do is run it to 0.75 and then get this diameter down to it's 1.4. All right, let's change some speeds here. That should work. All right, let's get on it. I'm gonna zero this out. I'm gonna try to take 40. That'll be 80 thou off both, or total. I'm gonna slow the feed rate down a little bit, see if that helps. I don't like it stringy. Alright, I changed some speeds up here. Let's see what she does now. a little bit of lube on this guy here. Still stringy. It's not as bad. Speed up just a hair. That wasn't too bad. Let's see what this does. This is a 50 thou cut. We're going to try 60 thou depth, so this will be 120 thousandths off total. It's right on the edge of chatter. Alright, she's doing pretty good. I was just going to take a quick measurement here. We're at 2 inches right now. And we need 1.4. So we got about... I'm going to still try to keep the 60 or 120 thou off each side. Alright, I'm glad I stopped there for a second. Here's the radius tool that we're going to use to cut in and get that nice little chamfer in there. I'm glad I stopped, because I'm pretty sure that I need to stop right now. That way it'll cut in nice. But I gave a little bit of a line here. I can go past that line, it looks like just a little bit, just as another stop. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn this back down, or keep turning it down to the 1.4. So let's have at it. That's what I thought. I'm right on the verge of chattering. Let's take a measurement. I got to be getting close to the diameter here we're shooting for, and we only need about 80 thousandths to come out of here. It's not a whole lot more. It only takes 60. Take a measurement. All right, we got about 30 more. Here's 20. I'm gonna do a spring pass. We are right there, 1.405. All right, let's get this tool changed and we'll cut in. All right, I got the chamfering tool in here. I slowed the lathe down a little bit. You may have to go a little slower. These bits like to chatter a lot, so see, it's starting to there a little bit. So what you do is you just work it in. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to take some more meat out of the center of that before we get into this. See what that looks like. I'm going to slow the lathe down a little bit more here. See if it helps. Slowed the lathe down here a little bit. Chips keep falling on it. I can't see it. It's getting there. And that looks like it's pretty much there. That's the problem with radius bits, is they definitely like to chatter. But really, that don't look too bad right now. So I think I'm gonna leave it. And then we'll go ahead and get the sandpaper out and we'll polish that in and you'll never see it. Alright, I'm gonna say that that's done. It looks pretty good. I threw the chamfer, or not the chamfer bit, but the deburring bit in here. We'll just deburr it real quick. Break the corners, I guess is what I was trying to say. So I'm going to add a nice one to that one. Alright, next step is get this bored and drilled, or drilled and bored, and then we'll hit this with the sandpaper and get it cleaned up. Alright guys. Alright, I found a 5/8 drill bit. We'll go ahead and drill it out to that. Our final dimension is, like I said, it's 3/4 of an inch. This will work fine. What I did there is put this on here and put a mark on the drill bit so I know roughly the depth. This isn't that critical as long as I have enough in there for my boring bar to go down in the bottom, that's all. And we're there. All right, now let's get our boring bar in here and start getting this to size. All right, I got my other boring bar in here. This holder really isn't designed for a smaller boring bar like this. Normally I have my 3/4 size in there, but I had to go to the 5/8. But we're ready to go. What I did down here too is I brought this over to the face and just lightly touched it, and then I set my dial indicator to 0 down here on my stop, and that's so that I can whenever I go in here, I'm supposed to be 0.883 or 884, somewhere in there. I'm going to shoot for 0.89. A little extra is not going to hurt this, especially since we have the tapered pin in there. So we're ready to start. Maybe this bar won't fit either. Oh, it does fit. It just barely fits though. If you were wondering what I was doing there, what I was doing is, you know, the drill bit has a point in it. So I was just trying to feed that in there, get to my depth right now. That way I know I'm there. 800. Ah, it looks good in there so far. I'm going to use these to take a quick measurement, see how close we are. And we're not far already, so 735. We need 0.75. So we don't need much out of this at all. We're going to go ahead and take 10 out. Alright, now we're going to take a real measurement here. I'm going to back this off some more here. No, I don't want to take it out either. Okay, this is saying we need 11 thousandths out. So we're going to sneak up on that. It's going to take about 8. And here's what we're doing. Right there it's saying, whoop, if I didn't have my big hands in the way, you can see it's a thou under. So we wanted to go to 751, so we need 2 thousandths to come out. We might be able to even just get that with a spring pass. Let's take another measurement here. This shows I'm dead on right now. I'm going to take another measurement just to be sure. I may even use the other. Yeah, it's saying I'm actually 7/10 over. So I'm really, really close where I need to be. That actually may be good, so I might just leave it. What I'll do is I'll test it on the shaper. If it goes on nice, we'll leave it. If it doesn't go on, then we'll have to chuck it back up and then take that small little bit out.